I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. Although it was delayed by the wildfires, the annual Golden Dragon Parade in Chinatown got underway. While this lunar year of the snake is about resiliency and change, some things, like community getting together, remain a constant.
Today we are here in a very historic and beloved neighborhood in Council District 1, Chinatown, celebrating the 126th Golden Dragon Parade, organized by the Chinese Chamber of Commerce of Los Angeles. Today is a perfect example of what it looks like when community comes together. We have legislators from all levels of government here. We have community organizations, people who do dance and different arts and crafts coming together to provide a beautiful parade for the community.
It's an incredible honor to be the Grand Marshal of this parade because my grandfather is the founder of Los Angeles Chinatown. And in my association with the Dodgers for 40 plus years has been tremendous. So to meet them together, Chinatown and the Dodgers is pretty dang huge.
What it does is it brings everybody in Los Angeles and Los Angeles County together to celebrate one of the many rich cultures that we have here. The Chinese New Year this year is specifically talking about resiliency, for example. And resiliency is what the city of Los Angeles, the county of Los Angeles needs right now because of how horrifically the year started with the natural disaster that we experienced. As a matter of fact, that's why they were kind enough to put this event off so that we can still try to recover from that. But collectively, whether it's law enforcement, government, our community, we're gonna need each other as we move forward.
We're celebrating the year of the snake, which is strong, resilient, compassionate, and we want to give a big hello to everybody. So thank you, Los Angeles. Thank you, Chinatown, and let's have a good time. Happy Lunar New Year to everybody.
I enjoy every time I get the opportunity to be able to participate in this parade. We're here, obviously, to try and maintain safety for everybody, but also to be part of the community, to enjoy the event and to help celebrate the great tradition of this community and be able to develop a network and a partnership moving forward to benefit public safety throughout the city.
We want to make sure that everybody respects every community, every culture, every language, every food. That's who we are in Los Angeles. That's what this parade is about. And it had to be delayed temporarily, but the wildfires are a good example of how we back each other up, how we help each other. That's what today is all about.
Gung Hei Fat Choi, Happy New Year to all the members of our community.
Make sure that if you haven't, to come by Chinatown, come by from those local businesses, come and enjoy this space. We need to do whatever we can to make sure that our Chinatown thrives, and the way we do that is by coming and partaking in this space.
LA City Attorney Heidi Feldstein-Soto reminds us that price gouging is a crime. In an emergency such as the LA wildfires, it's against the law to raise prices by more than 10%, and that applies to a great many goods and services.
Price gouging is a concept that came about after the 1994 Northridge earthquake. And what happens in the wake of a disaster or an emergency is that there are always speculators and profiteers who come in and try to buy stuff up and raise the cost. You may remember during COVID that happened for a while with masks and medical equipment that people needed. So our state legislature passed a criminal statute. Penal Code Section 396 specifically says that no one can raise the price of essential goods and services by more than 10% during a declared emergency. So price gouging is an effort to profit off disaster or someone else's tragedy by raising the cost of necessities by more than 10%, and it's a crime. If you're thinking that you can make extra money by raising your prices while supply is scarce during this emergency, think again. It applies to rent under the state housing law, to food, to repairs, to construction, to emergency and medical supplies, to gas, to storage facilities, to hotels and motels, and to any other kind of lodging or shelter for people or their pets or their children. So don't raise prices by more than 10% is the short message. It's really preying on people at their most vulnerable. It's not a victimless crime. It's the kind of behavior that is the antithesis of what we as Angelenos showed we were in the wake of these fires. Most of us pulled together. Most of us were there helping each other. So for those few who are out there violating the penal code and trying to make a profit at the expense of people who just lost everything, my office is here to tell you you're not going to get away with it.
If you experience price gouging, you can report it to the city attorney through the MyLA 311 app. Who knew that jiu-jitsu could offer so much to healthcare professionals and our LAPD? This self-defense system and martial art uses leverage and positioning rather than size or strength, and it's become an effective tool for law enforcement. Take a look.
In contact, and he wraps the waist. See how our heads are facing each other? Look at this.
What's going on today is the safe wrap system. We brought Henner and Hidon Gracie from Gracie University to teach our in-service instructors and outside agencies and our civilian medical staff the safe wrap technique that they've been teaching for over a year now.
I like this one to try practice with. It also gives Bernardo something to hold on to as we descend to support some of his own weight.
Initially, it was only meant for healthcare, but it was so effective that law enforcement soon saw the technique and they said, hey, not only does that look safer than what we're currently using, it actually looks more effective than the methods of restraint we're currently teaching our officers. So now you have a technique that is safer for civilians and officers, but also more effective tactically, and that's what makes the safe wrap system so unique.
Once Hidon enters from the rear, he circles for the void, and he drops his inside me, and he calls set, and then I walk him down. And we're here.
To be honest, when I first heard it, I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm a full believer now. We're doing techniques. I'm a pretty strong person. I can't even get out of these holes. So I feel like a pretzel. But at the same time, I can breathe fine. I'm not on my back. It's amazing.
Okay, so the way we remember is heads together, land better.
The way the system works is instead of taking a subject down, putting them in prone restraint, as we conventionally see in law enforcement with safe wrap, we take them down, we put them on their back. And then from their back, we safely roll them onto their side, where we're talking to them, we're de-escalating, and then from there, we're actually applying handcuffs in a lateral restraint instead of putting them on their belly. Because you're on your back, you can't do a push-up, and because you're on your side, you can't get out. The other risk of prone is they have access to their waistband. If they have a concealed weapon, they can access it because their hands are hidden under their body. When they tuck their hands under their chest, it's very hard to extract those hands. Because they're on their back and on their side, their arms are fully in our control. We're holding their wrists. They can't tuck their hands under their body and hide them because we have control the whole time, which means we can easily transition into handcuffing without going to prone restraint.
You don't have to be a black belt to learn these techniques. Some of these people never trained a day in their life. Sometimes they make better instructors than the people that are trained for years, even in our courses. We're always going to be ready. Not just LAPD, all agencies that this just makes sense. How do we keep from harming subjects if we don't have to? I believe jiu-jitsu is a strong component of that, and it's always been strong in our curriculum. I just think today just may have taken it to another level, I believe.
Collaborating to improve the community. 2 council members, along with neighbors and community members, got together to dig in and clean up. The Lincoln Heights Community Cleanup set out to put a shine on this historic neighborhood.
Today, we're here in Lincoln Heights with Councilmember Ulises Hernandez doing a joint community cleanup. It takes all of us to make sure that we all keep our community clean when we all care about it. So, there's always that saying you should leave a place better than when you came to it. And so that's what we're doing today.
The reason to do it is to, one, give some love back to our community, to pick up trash, but also to be the example for others in the community of what it looks like to care for your community and how to plug in. When there's trash in the street, when there's litter in the street, when there's bulky items out there, it lowers the quality of life. And what they deserve is a clean city, a clean neighborhood. And part of that is them taking action to make it happen.
It's just exciting being here with a lot of young people, a lot of community stakeholders, and we appreciate you also supporting your community by helping us keep it clean, right? Making sure that you get your trash to the trash cans, making sure that if you see something, you say something, because a clean community is a healthier community and is a safer community for everybody. That's how we make community stronger together.
This is my city. This is my people. This is my place. And we like to participate in keeping our city clean. What I believe is that if we just do our part little by little, okay, you have trash, throw away the trash, keep the trash in its place.
Our council districts border one another, and this is what it looks like when communities collaborate and be united, especially when this neighborhood was basically cut right down the middle due to the redistricting. And so now we're working in collaboration, something that hasn't happened in recent memory, and so we're happy to be here and clean it up.
Councilmember Imelda Padilla with Los Angeles World Airports and Van Nuys Airport recently hosted a youth leadership conference. Whether these young people want to keep their feet on the ground or become high flyers, the conference highlighted the many careers available in aviation.
Today, in partnership with LAWA, as well as the Van Nuys Airport, we have put together a youth leadership conference where we are exposing young people to the operations, the history, and the future of the Van Nuys Airport.
An academy really teaches them a lot about aviation, not just you being a pilot, but what it is behind the scenes, the mechanics, the people who schedule, the tower, the federal component of it, but boots on the ground and operations and making sure everybody's safe. It's an amazing opportunity for them to learn full spectrum about aviation.
Aviation can take you through so many different careers, and not many people think about it, but becoming an astronaut is part of that, so that was really interesting. And another factor was the leadership aspect of it. Leadership is an important quality that takes you to every single career. You can apply it in every single way, and I think it's important if you want to become successful in your career. And why not strive for excellence? I want to be the best person that I can be in my life. So I feel like this program was suiting for me.
They will learn more about aviation mechanics. We actually have a mechanic school here on site. Students working on engines, working on planes, and to grow that, we've actually increased the enrollment of female mechanics. We'll go onto the airfield and they'll see operations, but the kids will be able to see what they do on a daily basis. Airport police, which is a very specific field of operation where you can take an LAPD officer and try to put them on the airfield, maybe can do the job, but you can take an airport police officer and put them anywhere because they know the specifics of the aviation and FAA. There's what I do. I manage the operations and management, community engagement. There's government relations and policies that we have to follow. If there's an interest in government, plus they love flying, this is the place for you, and we will continue that flame and grow that interest, expose them to everything.
The hands-on and personal experience that you get to see. We were able to tour around the Van Nuys Airport, something that I don't think I was ever going to be able to do. Another thing was being able to meet people with experience and be able to connect with them, but this program offered me that.
I believe the students that made it out here today have a genuine interest in what the future of their community looks like. So when we provided this opportunity, we're very grateful to all of the teachers and the principals that helped us recruit them so that they could know about how we need them and their future ideas to make our community, particularly the Van Nuys Airport, a place that we're all proud of.
What a great event for young Angelinos setting their career sights on the skies. Councilwoman Tracy Park chaired the second ad hoc committee for LA Recovery. LA Civil Rights hosts LA Medical Day, and the Housing Authority of the City of LA is awarded $85 million in funding. These stories up next on CityBeat.
Councilwoman Tracy Park chaired the second ad hoc committee meeting for LA Recovery at her Westchester field office. According to Park, 279 properties are cleared, Phase 2 of debris removal is actively underway, and LA City's Department of Building and Safety has begun to issue rebuilding permits. The city administrative officer reported on the $14 million spent to date from the city's Wildfire Emergency Response and Recovery Fund. LA City's Office of Finance reported on a tax relief program for businesses affected by the wildfires, which will waive tax liability for 2025 with a deadline to apply by April 14. The next ad hoc committee meeting for LA Recovery will take place in April. For more information, visit lacity.gov. LA Civil Rights Department invites Angelenos to its LA Medical Day, a virtual event highlighting careers in the medical field. Experts and professionals in the health and medical industries will share their career journeys and provide advice and tips on navigating the education process. Participating speakers represent a number of sectors, bringing a variety of expertise on technical training, medical schools, doctoral research, and public health. Explore diverse careers and perspectives in healthcare and participate in discussions on managing your mental and emotional health in these high-stress fields. The virtual LA Medical Day event is open to all and takes place on Saturday, April 19th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. For more information, see the calendar at civilandhumanrights.lacity.gov. LA City Housing Authority, HACLA, has been awarded close to $85 million to continue its work to support individuals and families experiencing homelessness. Funding from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and Continuum of Care funds will support 45 grants. HACLA administers these funds to more than 30 service providers that deliver housing and support to individuals with disabilities and those facing barriers to stable housing. Partner organizations include the LA County Department of Mental Health, LA Family Housing, A Community of Friends, and more. According to HACLA, this funding will help create lasting solutions and ensure those experiencing homelessness will have access to resources for long-term stability. For more information, visit hacla.org.
It's a National Endowment of the Arts. Big Read, The House on Mango Street, tells the story of Esperanza, a Latina girl growing up in a harsh world. Sandra Cisneros visited LA's Central Library to share her journey from library user to novelist.
Today, we're here to celebrate The House on Mango Street, a novel that has touched millions of readers across our city and continues to inspire new generations.
I came from a very humble home, and the library saved my life. The library has always been a home in the heart for me, and I'm very grateful to librarians, my heroes, and to libraries for creating me. So thank you.
I remember it was the first book that I read that I just kept thinking, this is speaking to me. I felt like you didn't know me, but you saw me.
It speaks to both a very specific Latino experience as well as a universal experience.
At school, they say my name funny, as if the syllables were made out of tin and hurt the roof of your mouth. But in Spanish, my name is made out of a softer something.
This book is a perfect example of programming that we do at the Department of Cultural Affairs to help lift up and raise up our communities.
I'm very happy that I could bring something from our community, stories that normally don't get told, and make our community count.
It's a book about people wanting to have a voice. So it's a book that speaks to all of us.
One of the pearls of wisdom that Sandra Cisneros shared with us today was that she writes from a place of puro amor, a place of pure love.
My great-grandmother, I would have liked to have known her, a wild horse of a woman. So wild, she wouldn't marry.
The diversity and democracy of the library is what I hope we'll always have. So please support your library, especially now.
For more information about LAPL's Big Read events, visit lapl.org/bigread.
How many women are allowed to even have permission to dream of becoming writers or becoming artists coming from the neighborhoods that we come from? You know, we don't encourage our young women to say, study hard and become a novelist, you know?
The Winter Showcase at Barnsdall Park highlighted students' artwork and their creative journey. Some students ventured from the foster youth system to showing their work, finding a voice for their unique stories along the way.
Today we're here at Barnsdall Park. It is the closing of an exhibition, our Winter Student Showcase, as well as the Fostering Photovoice. Foster youth have the opportunity to share photos that they've taken that depict family and what it means to be growing up as a foster youth.
I was on Instagram just doing my doom scrolling, going through, and I saw something that said foster youth needed. And immediately I was like, well, as a former foster youth, I always want to help somehow. And I didn't really know how deep and vulnerable you were going to have to get, but it was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Being able to capture what it's like being in the foster youth system has been really remarkable. Working with other foster youth has also made me feel more confident in being able to share my story and be comfortable with vulnerability and speaking out on things that are always silenced and ignored.
Being able to unlock a part of me that I don't think I've ever shown before has made me be able to connect with what I'm taking a picture of. It's opened me up to a lot more of what art truly means and what it is and how to look at art. I didn't know how I was going to capture my past without talking to my biological family or being able to go back in time. So I actually went to the courthouse that I used to hate going to as a teenager because I wanted to capture how it felt as a kid being small and give that same feeling of just fear for the world. And I think by doing this exhibit, it gave me the bravery to be vulnerable and share it with the world.
My advice to young people is use art as a form of resistance. Use art as a way to be able to communicate your experience, whether that be storytelling, activism, protest art. Let it be heard, and you never know what your story can do for other people and what you can inspire.
The Department of Cultural Affairs is proud to host this and many, many other events across the city. More information can be found for the work that we do at culture.lacity.gov.
I was not a photographer. Now I'm taking photos of everything. I want to capture every moment. I want to capture every memory because sometimes that's all we have is just a photograph.
In this week's feature story, he's a unit commander, a drill sergeant, and trainer to thousands of firefighters, both in LA and abroad. The City of Los Angeles Firefighters Association named Captain Andrew Ruiz as the Firefighter of the Year.
What is happening today is us honoring Firefighter of the Year. And I think everybody that's here today recognizes the fact that as great as Andy is, and he is, he's an outstanding human being and individual, this man more than deserves it.
I'm fortunate to be honored as the Firefighter of the Year for the Los Angeles City Fire Department. See, I've been with the LAFD coming up on 27 years, and I had no idea or any expectation of being Firefighter of the Year. When I work, what I do, my training is for the membership. It's not for me or any type of accolades for me.
This guy has trained thousands of people in firefighter survival. Not only that, he works at in-service training, so his name and his training is on a diploma of so many people. It's not only that, it's his character that he has. His honesty, his loyalty, his integrity. He's just a stand-up person, and he's a great representation of the fire service. Not just the Los Angeles City Fire Department, the fire service.
Being in the fire service is a very noble occupation, and I take it as an honor to be chosen with the LAFD. We are held at a higher standard, whether you're on duty or off duty. And as far as getting deep into our occupation, I think that you never know what you're going to experience. Every day you come into work, you have no idea. It's going to be a challenging day, any day of the week, any hour, any minute. And I think this is something that I enjoy. And it's something that we're up for the challenge because we train very hard and we're ready for those moments.
Listening to Andy talk today, you can see it permeates the fire service. It's not I do. It's not an I, me job. You know, you might go in there thinking, well, I'm going to be a hero and everything. And then as soon as you get in there, you realize, no, I'm just a team player.
Joy is something that when you honor somebody like this that has put their life on the line, because we have a dangerous profession. Look what happened in the Palisades. There's a lot that's going on when you're in public safety. And so I would just say for them, enjoy the moment, cherish all that's going to be said today about a great individual.
I am truly blessed to be part of the LAFD because of the opportunities that it has allowed me and given my family. It's an honor to represent the LAFD.
In this week's Things to Do, spring into a celebration of the season at the Obama Sports Complex. Take part in a day of science, invention, and creativity. And catch an art show and activities in Granada Hills. All this up next on Things to Do.
The City of LA presents Spring Fest, happening on Saturday, April 12th. Head to the Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex to celebrate the longer days with this fun event. It's all happening in partnership with LA City's Department of Recreation and Parks and Councilwoman Heather Hutt. Enjoy a host of activities highlighting health, education, and arts. There will also be games and sports to play. It's sure to be fun for all the family. Head to Obama Boulevard for Springfest on Saturday, April 12th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Learn more under the Events tab at laparks.org. We're counting down to SoCal's largest celebration of science, creativity, invention, and fun. It's the City of STEM and Los Angeles Maker Faire. Produced by Columbia Memorial Space Center and Los Angeles Public Library, City of STEM is the official science festival of Los Angeles. Head to Exposition Park on Saturday, April 12th, and enjoy all that this day-long Science Fest has to offer. It will include hands-on activities, amazing experiences, workshops, lectures, and appearances by famous creators and science celebrities. Everyone is invited to the South Lawn at Exposition Park on Saturday, April 12th to enjoy City of STEM and Los Angeles Maker Faire from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. For more information, visit cityofstem.org. On Saturday, April 12th, join LA's Department of Cultural Affairs for the Colors of Compassion art show and Granada Hills Spring Easter event to celebrate the end of an 11-week art workshop series. Colors of Compassion provides an artful path for healing and social justice, and the artists who took part in it will be displaying their work. There will also be games, raffles, art making, an egg hunt, food, and more. Come and celebrate spring at Granada Hills Recreation Center with Colors of Compassion art show and activities on Saturday, April 12th, beginning at 10 a.m. To learn more, visit culture.lacity.gov/events. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.